What?
Captain Logan.
What?
Captain Logan.
What?
Nothing.
I don't know why I didn't throw you down the open grave with the other you.
Because if you did that, you'd be lonely. You know, you're glad you had to spare me.
No, I want you to spare me, the spare you. Tell you what, maybe I'll just toss you down there right now.
No, spare me.
Alright, fine. But I swear, if you make one more peep, I'm gonna throw you down the garbage chute. I'm busy being moved.
I am Doomsvince. And this is day 167. Spawn year.
Sometimes it feels like life would be so much easier without human attachments. There are so many complications our friends, our parents, our spouses, and our children bring that leave us most vulnerable. And in the case of a public servant like Twitch Williams or the late Al Simmons, the people they love can even become tragic liabilities. I may never have found myself in this dreadful place doing the most absurd and tedious chore day after unending day if I didn't care so much about my family. It was certainly my neglect of my wife and son that directly opened the shining green floodgates to my current predicament. If I had focused less on my reviewing endeavors and more on my family, I would never have developed the caffeine addiction, drinking and writing countless hours every day that Doomsvince somehow managed to capitalize on. But indirectly, it was my love for my family that led to my inevitable antagonistic relationship with Doomsvince in the first place, as I once tried to use his help in an effort to work fewer hours. That has now backfired in the worst way, and so like Twitch and Spawn, my greatest asset has also proven to be my worst. And yet not once have I considered that my wife and son are not worth my pain, even in my darkest moments of despair. This is what Brian Holguin has centered his story on, that the personal connections we make with people are what make us human, and the sacrifices some people make for them is what make them heroes. I've been hesitant to say it until now, but I like this story so far very much. Like the third season of the animated series, it isn't just good for Spawn, it's legitimately good, period. Finally, Spawn is humanized here in a way he never has been before. When Twitch, a good grounded man, personally identifies with him and reminds him who he really is despite the necroplasm, the costume, and the visage of death. He has in this issue one of the most poignant lines penned in this series when he says, "Underneath it all, you're a man, just as I am. You must be. If not, what is the point of your struggle?" Spawn pauses for a long time and finally concedes. Point taken. Then, after Twitch suggests that it's the little things that matter most in a deeply touching and also visually funny scene, Twitch and Spawn, as two friends with a mutual respect for one another, have a beer together. Spawn has lost touch with humanity in the same degree I think I lost touch with what makes for good storytelling, and Brian Holguin is masterfully waking us both up with this scene. Twitch can relate to Spawn on a lot of levels. Both are family men, and both are seen as detached. Both of their families are directly threatened by Billy Kincaid here. The stakes are the same for both of them. The difference is that Spawn has already lost his family and really is detached, while Twitch is using his head rather than his heart, doing the right thing in helping Spawn take down Billy Kincaid, but also feeling his family slipping through his fingertips. His wife can't understand why he's involving himself in such a dangerous work, and when Twitch sends her away for her own safety, he can tell by the way she allows him to win the argument that this may be the end of their marriage. Holguin successfully creates a situation that warrants Twitch making this monumental sacrifice. Who else knows or would believe that a ghost is possessing people to kill and then sending their souls to hell? And just as Twitch brings a much-needed dose of personality with his discussion of the details that are so crucial to the human experience, Haldwin imbues his narrative with specific details that add dimension, credibility, and believability to this world that has been sorely lacking previously, such as a story Sam tells about one of his earliest arrests, when he accidentally caught a drug dealer operating out of a hot dog stand who was too stingy with the relish. And I appreciate the general command of narrative. Haldwin effortlessly juggles subplots so that one scene naturally follows the next, and I feel like the information and events I'm seeing are coming to me when and in the order that's most effective and entertaining. Cog, Spawn, and Twitch have a plan for stopping Kincaid, but the reader isn't privy to what it is yet. I'd be irritated about being kept in the dark about a major piece of information my protagonist knows already in a lesser story, but here, I trust it will be worth seeing unfold rather than hearing about it first and then witnessing it, that there's maybe a solid narrative reason I'm not yet shown that card. Plus, when Cog asks Spawn on the last page if he's ready, I'm enthralled with what's happening, and I can't wait to read on. That's a feeling I want to have at the end of every episode in a serialized fiction. The issue isn't perfect. There's some unnecessary padding, like a whole page devoted to a street urchin trying to sell Sam a fake Rolex. It's paralleling the hot dog story we'll get later, I guess, but besides establishing Sam's already established worth as a cop, I don't know what purpose this serves. And when Jason Wynn calls his superiors from a payphone and hangs up, realizing they plan to eliminate him when they find him, the guy tapping the phone obviously has a line, but the balloon's missing. I still can't believe how often unfinished panels crop up in this book, but I really appreciated the way this issue breathed, giving Spawn the chance to come alive and show his humanity through this fascinating contrast with Twitch. It's all talking, but it's engaging, natural, dramatic dialogue, and the best this title has been. Ever. Signed, Captain Logan.